Okay, there's a mistake that you can make in last Epoch that will affect you during the campaign, and I want to talk about it because it's really easy to make and it's not explained. Eventually, you're going to get to, and you can see here, this is a level 10 area, the Council Chambers. This is about maybe an hour into your gameplay, and I'll put some B-roll here. You can see me actually talking to him, but you'll have two quests that pop up here in this area by Elder Urza, and then you're also going to have Artem the Gambler, and they're both going to ask you to do the same thing, which is go get the ledger. All right, this area unlocks directly after a boss, so you're going to fight this big purple boss, and then you're going to be going to this area, and you're going to have these two blue quests right here, and it's going to say go get the ledger. That's when you know that this is when you have to be careful about this mistake. After you complete the quest and you go get the ledger, you're going to turn it in and talk to one of these two people. You can only turn it in and get the reward from one of these two people. Now, if you talk to the gambler, you're going to get a necklace that gives you some crit rate, which is all right. You basically, if you haven't crit lately, you get a crit, 100% chance to crit. If you haven't crit in a while, decent and all that. But if you talk to the other guy, Urza, and give it to him instead, you get your Avarice gloves, which give you 13% elemental resistance across the board, elemental damage leech his health, and increased leech rate, which is the better of these two choices. The resistances actually in these types of game are quite important, and this one will help carry you. So in my opinion, you want to make sure when you're turning in this quest, it will look like you can turn in basically both of them. You actually want to talk to Urza and instead turn it into him to get your Avarice gloves. Another mistake you can make here as a quick bonus is you can get these Rune of Ascendances that will show up sometimes right here. Now, I actually made this mistake myself and can show it to you. The Rune of Ascendance is an item that will allow you to put in an item of any rarity, basically here that's not unique, and turn the item into a unique. So this can be important to save these Runes of Ascendance until you get to the part of your build where you're trying to target farm a specific unique and you've got the other ones, so don't use them early, because otherwise what can happen, for instance, I use mine as a weapon because I was just curious, and you can get a bludgeon or some item that has a higher requirement level. You can see this one right here is a item requirement level of 62, and I can't use that for a while because I'm still in the campaign. So it's probably best to save your Rune of Ascendance to help you target farm specifically the uniques you need at the end of the campaign, so you have all of that time to try to get the unique while you're actually playing the campaign, because some of these uniques will drop. You can see I got one here already. I'm only level 28. Another quick tip I want to mention is when you are in towns, go to the armor person here and talk to the armor person and actually purchase your Runes of Shattering. As this refreshes in the vendor, you're going to then transfer the materials, and the reason you want to do that is because what these Runes of Shattering actually do is they allow you to crunch this item and actually get the affix shards for the items that drop here, which basically means you can go to your loot filter and you can create a loot filter with exactly what you want for the type of character you're building. That way it will highlight the gear pieces that have the affixes on it, and then you can use your shattering stones to slowly acquire the shards. So when you get closer towards the end game and you start actually like crafting good items all the time and stuff like that, you can have the affix shards when you actually need them, just like you can have that Rune of Ascendancy when you actually need them to craft gears to fit into what you don't have yet for your build. Also, don't forget, you do need to do the side missions that give you both passive points as well as the idle slot reward. So when you click on a quest, it will say what the reward is. Make sure you at least get 15 of your passive point rewards. You can't get beyond that. And then the idle slot rewards, get all 8 of them. That way it will unlock your idols here by the time you are done with the campaign. Just a few basic tips to get started. I just want to do this shout out about the Avarice gloves when you actually get to, again, it will be this area directly after the purple boss here at the Council Chambers, and you want to talk to this guy when you go to turn in the ledger. That way you get the gloves and not the necklace, at least if you want the elemental resistances. Maybe you want the crit necklace, but personally I think the gloves are better. That's just one thing. Love you all. See you on the next video.